Hey everyone, it's Lori with Farmhouse Stencil Shop. I'm going to just paint a sign today. I'm going to do a home sweet home sign and I'm going to frame it. So let me get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Bare Premium Early American stain. I know that the camera is probably going to be backward, so I apologize for that. Get my gloves on here. I just thought I would do this sign from start to finish and show you guys what I do. So this is my go-to stain. I really like this stain. I used to use the Minwax stains, and they also have the Early American shade, but they switched from water-based to oil-based, and I don't really like that as much, so this seems to work out pretty good. So I'm just going to stain my frame. I'm only going to be staining 3 sides. I'm not going to stain the back of it right now. I can always go back later and stain the back of my sign if I want to. But for right now, I'm just staining the portion that you would be able to see. Later on, I can flip it over and do a quick stain of the back and clean up the whole sign. The stencil I'm going to be using, I'm just going to use a Home Sweet Home stencil that is an 8x8. And my board is actually a little over 9 inches. And my frame, I had that cut. The 2 longer pieces of the frame are 11 inches. Right at 11 inches, and the shorter ones are right at 9 inches. So, just a really simple, quick, easy little sign here. I'm going to use this teal blue shade for my surface paint. You want to make sure that your board is prepped and sanded and wiped clean of any debris. You need a smooth surface when you're stenciling. Oh, I like how this is a nice bright color. I like bright colors. This would be nice for like a beach house. It's a really pretty blue. So this one I am going to try to get all the way to the edges of my board. You guys know how I paint. I kind of just paint sloppy most of the time because I'm always distressing. But I do want to cover this board pretty good. Okay, I feel like I got it covered pretty well. That is a bright blue color. I hope it turns out the way I'm hoping that it will. I'm going to hit it with the dryer really quick. Okay, so there's my surface. So I'm going to use just some Waverly White chalk paint. I found that the white chalk paint works better than the regular white acrylic paint when you're stenciling. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I want to put my stencil. I think I'm going to do it like that. I don't normally measure, I just kind of look at it and see what looks good, and then I go with that. I do want to get it centered, but most of the time you can just look at it and see that it's pretty well centered. Need a little bit of painter's tape to hold down the stencil. And then I have my makeup wedge. I like to use smooth paper towels. So a good brand that I recommend is the Viva paper towels. I know I've said that before, but if your paper towel that you're using has a design in it, that design can come off onto your paint and transfer to your sign, and it just really doesn't look the best when that happens. So I'm dabbing it in my paint on my tray, and then I'm dabbing it off, offloading onto paper towel, and then I'm going to just stencil on my letters. I might speed up this part of the video though, because this will probably take me a little bit of time. And usually it takes more than one coat of paint. White paint is my least favorite to stencil with. It can really be a pain in the butt. Okay, always remember when you're stenciling that you want to make sure you're offloading all excess paint on your paper towel, because any excess paint left on your sponge can seep under the stencil and make a mess that you'll have to clean up. You don't want any bleeding. If you can avoid the bleeding, that's one way of doing it. You want to make sure you're always offloading all excess paint. Okay, I think that I got it pretty well done. I'm going to remove my stencil, and I have very minimal spots that I have to clean up, but I can definitely clean those up. I'm going to go ahead and paint my bridges now. So you want a fine tip brush, and a steady hand. And then you're just going to go back and paint in these bridges. And you kind of want to use the stippling motion when you do this, because you kind of want it to be like you're stenciling it on, but you're just stenciling it on without the stencil. So you're using like the same type of dabbing motion to do the bridges. I find that that works best for blending them. That's what I got so far. I'm pretty happy with it. Just gonna go ahead and put the frame on it so you guys can see what it will look like with the frame on it. So I have my little stained pieces, and yes, they're still a little wet, but that's okay. They will dry. I'm going to take a little bit of wood glue. You don't need to paint the sides of your board. I'm just going to put a little bead. I'm going to start by putting one down here towards the corner, and that went in pretty good. That'll get me started. I think I might have to stand up, I don't know. The back of the sign is not going to look really pretty until we go back later and stain it. But nobody really sees the back of the sign too much. And that's it. It's a basic little framed sign, and I can go back later and stain the back of it and put a hanger on it. And isn't that cute? I think it's a really good color for like a beach house or something like that. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.